Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Syami Izni bin Azman. Before I present my project, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Syami Izni bin Azman. My metric card number is A19A0376. So now I will be presenting my project. The title is Factors Influencing Customer Satisfaction in Mobile Retail Apps Among University Malaysia Kelantan Students. So next will be the introduction of my project. So, what is mobile retail itself? Mobile retail itself is the buying and selling of a product and services via mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. It is also known as e-commerce or mobile commerce. Since more and more individuals are using mobile devices to access internet and make purchases online, mobile retail has grown in popularity. Customers are important stakeholders in every firm because they produce income and propel growth of a company. Consumer satisfaction is required to acquire and sustain consumer loyalty to a brand or organization. Jordan J. and Dennis A. stated that customer satisfaction and increased levels of customer loyalty are both influenced by the quality of the service provided. Now we proceed to the objective of my project. So there are 4 objectives. So the first one is to determine the relationship between functional value and customer satisfaction. The second objective is to examine the relationship between hedonic value and customer satisfaction to using mobile retail apps. And the third one is to observe the relationship between social value and customer satisfaction in using mobile retail apps. And finally, the fourth objective is to identify which factors in the usage of mobile retail apps that influences the most towards customer satisfaction. So next will be the literature review. So in my project, I will be using technological acceptance model theory, in short of TAM. So it is a well-known theoretical framework created in the fields of information system and technology management in technology acceptance model. The fundamental concept of TAM is that perceived utility and perceived ease of use are two crucial aspects that influence consumer acceptance and eventually adoption of a technology. So, we will be proceeding to our next slide, which is conceptual framework. So in this conceptual framework, I have adapted from previous study, which in this section we'll be talking about 2 things: independence variable and dependence variable. So for independence variable, we have a functional value, hedonic value, and social value which influence our dependence variable, which is customer satisfaction. So next is the methodology of my research, which is in my research, we are using research design of quantitative research. The population of students that I'm using in my research is students of University Malaysia Kelantan. The sample size for my research is as much as 346 respondents. Data collection method are primary and secondary, and the data analysis technique that I'll be using throughout my project is descriptive analysis, normality, reliability test, and Pearson correlation analysis through SPSS version 226.0. Next is the result and finding of my research. So at the top table, you can see a descriptive analysis of all variables. So the first variable is functional value with the mean of 4.24 and standard deviation at 0.808. And next is hedonic value with the mean of 4.16 and standard deviation at 0.764. And social value at 4.20 and standard deviation at 0.755. And final variable, which is customer satisfaction with a mean of 4.24 and standard deviation at 0.832. So next is the middle table, the actual reliability test that I have received from the research. So the first one is a functional value with the value of alpha Chromebug at 0.887, and hedonic value at 0.879, and social value at 0.847, and customer satisfaction at 0.898. So the final one is a summary of correlation analysis. So 3 hypotheses have been stated, which is accepted in this result due to the coefficient value is above 0.7 according to rule of thumb. So the first hypothesis value coefficient value is 0.808, and the hypothesis 2 value at 0.791, and the final one coefficient value is 0.793. As a conclusion, I was hoping that this study enables readers to understand the impact of perceived value of a good or services. Technology acceptance and practices are crucial among university students as they are in an era of technology, and in the future, technology are needed to shorten working hours of physical labor with higher production rate. This study is able to provide insight towards marketers and IT developers to increase the mobile retail applications. That is all from me. My name is Muhammad Syamil Izmi Azman, and thank you for listening.